Hello, namaste, and welcome to my podcast with Santosh Season 2, Episode 2. As my viewers already know that this podcast Season 2 is all about the comparing the lifestyle of people living in Nepal and people living in other countries. So on my first episode, I did one episode with Indonesian, my friend. So we compared the lifestyle of Indonesia and Nepal in that podcast in episode 1, and in episode 2 we're gonna compare the lifestyle of Nepal and lifestyle of Mexico, people living in Mexico. So I have my friend here from Mexico. So my friend Mauricio is here. So Mauricio, welcome to my podcast.
Oh, thank you very much for the invitation. Although I feel like I invite myself, but that's good.
All right. So thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. So when I post one advertisement or something like that on my Facebook, you are the one who responds person. You did comment there somehow. So this is very good. I'm happy to do that or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's very good that you came here. So we're gonna compare the lifestyle of people living in Nepal and lifestyle of people living in Mexico today. So it will be very good. So overall, the outline of my podcast is I have 4 segments on my podcast. So first will be introductions. We'll do introduction soon. So and after that, so we're gonna compare the geography of Nepal and Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we'll talk about the people, culture, festival, and the food. So of Mexico and Nepal.
Yep.
And after that, we're gonna do some fun interactive segments. We'll play some games or something like that, and after that we'll conclude the podcast. So generally I have 5 segments. So we're gonna start from the first segment, so about the introduction. So what is your full name? So how you pronounce your name? It's very hard to pronounce the Mexican language. So Mexican words.
Well, my full name is Mauricio Didier Cruz Mora.
Uh-huh.
So the first Mauricio and Didier are first names, both. And Cruz Mora is the last names. Cruz is my father's last name, and Mora is my mother's first last name. So that's how all the names in Mexico are formed by. First name and last name usually mom and dad, first last names.
So it's a bit hard to pronounce your second name for me. So whatever, my second name is Gimire, so it's easy for you to pronounce?
Nah, not at all. Even as you know, Santos, maybe in Portuguese or even in Spanish, Santos exists, but Santosh. I remember the first time I met you, I was like, oh, this guy Santos should be from Brazil or something. But then I see there was an H. I thought it was more like a nickname.
So I can remember there was one player called Santos in Mexican national football team, I think.
Giovanni dos Santos, which is from Brazilian heritage.
Yeah.
And his last name is Dos Santos.
Dos Santos. Yeah, I saw his jersey number and name on the back, Santos. Yeah. So, but my name, I have H on the last, but he doesn't have H. S-A-N-T-O-S-H.
Could you say your full name? What's your full name?
Santosh Gimire.
That's all in Nepalese?
Yes.
Oh.
Santosh is my first name and Gimire is my family name.
Okay. And did the family name comes from your dad's side or your mother's side?
From my dad's side.
Yeah. Okay.
So how you say hello in your Mexican language?
You can say just hola.
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 So is a Mexican, Spanish, Brazilian, they're similar?
No, Brazilian is Portuguese. So it has some things that might sound phonetically similar.
Yep.
But yeah, that's Portuguese. It's different. I think Italian, Portuguese, French, Spanish, they all come from the same root.
Yep.
So they might sound similar. Or the structure, even English has some similar structure in how it is formed a sentence. But obviously pronunciation and words might be completely different.
So you say hola when you say hello to the other people. So
yeah.
We say namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah.
But I mean, I trust me, I think namaste, we've heard it in Mexico as well. And I think it's always linked to Buddhism. It's always linked with peace and everything. Yes. Even in Mexico, I reckon there's many people that they just it's doing yoga and they have shirts that says namaste. And I mean, I know it is disrespectful, but with a bit of ignorance about what is namaste, people just use it for whatever association with peace and meditation and relaxation works. Maybe it's stereotypical, but I don't know.
Yeah, so that's our culture. Like we say namaste. So whenever we see the new people or we meet new people, so we like do our hands like this, and we'll do namaste or something like that.
But that would be like a blessing as well.
Yeah, there's a kind of blessing. So that's our culture. Like we do the same thing. Like so our parents did. So that's our culture to to introduce with the new people. So we say namaste, hello. So we start from namaste.
That's an interesting one. I don't think we have one similar in Mexico or in Spanish in that level of because I believe namaste is also like wishing something good, etc.
Yeah.
I think in Mexico it's just hola. Okay, how are you?
So how you say like thank you in the Mexican language?
Just say gracias.
Gracias.
Yeah. And you say you're welcome would be like de nada, like for nothing.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you don't need to thank for nothing. It's something like that. I was just thinking something from Fijian culture. In Fiji, they said bula. And bula is all that meaning of I wish you the best, I bless you, etc. And they will say bula for everything. I love Fiji for that.
Bula. It's very interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like for thank you in Nepal, like we say dhanyavad.
And what would that like? What the meaning would be?
It's like thank you.
Yeah.
So for like,
but like you know, in Spanish we say de nada, which is like thank you for nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a thank you for thank you only. Yeah. So we say dhanyavad.
Dhanyavad. Okay.
So dhanyavad. It's our like Nepalese language. It came from the Sanskrit.
Okay.
So Nepalese and Indian, like we have similar language, but like Indian people can't understand the Nepalese language. If I speak Nepalese in front of Indian people, they will not understand. But if I write Nepalese something, so they will understand.
Because of the Sanskrit.
Sanskrit, like we.
Do you also write like is left, no, right to left, right? In the writing.
Yeah, right to left. Yeah.
Right to left. Whereas in English, it's left to right.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Is that right?
I don't know, like, so what's right to left?
So, for example, when you write something in English, you start from left and continue to the right. In Sanskrit, did you go right?
No, same way.
Because there's, I don't know.
Maybe the actual Sanskrit language, like actual, maybe like they start from the left to right or something like that. But like we do the
maybe
same.
That's Arab. Sorry, that's Arabic. I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm so ignorant on that. That's why we're here.
Alright, so it's interesting. Like we say hola for hello, and we say gracias for thank you.
Yes.
Two Mexican words like hola and gracias.
Yes.
Alright, that was good. So let's talk about the geography of Nepal and Mexico. So can you please tell me about the Mexico, what it is like? How is the climate? How big the country is?
I think the country is pretty big in terms of extension, obviously, but also geographically speaking, how it goes from a very different weather on the north to this towards south, and then you have the central part and the coast. So I'm going to explain a little bit more of that, because I guess the common belief of Mexico for everybody is the American movie that is really hot everywhere, right? And some people, when it's hot here in Australia at 35 degrees, they tell me, oh, but they're really used to, right?
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Mexico City. 35 degrees would be not as common. It would be like spring, summer time, but it's the center, so it gets really dry. It's not a place where, you feel the heat, but it won't get as cold as here either.
Yep.
However, if you go to the coast, let's say the Pacific or the Gulf of Mexico, or the peninsula in the Caribbean, it could be like 38, 39, but 95% humidity. So is that like a bit of a misconception of all Mexico is hot, as the American movies want to show it?
Yep.
There are many places that could be quite cold. For example, there's a place close to Mexico City that is a bit high, and it could be like really, really cold during winter, to the point that even in the north, you could have a little bit of snow as well. But it's the same. Mexico City is 2,200 meters above the sea level. So you can have a city very close to Mexico City that it can have snow. So Mexico City, maybe not, but less than 30 minutes away, you can have mountains with snow. So that's definitely not that very hot environment that the common belief would be in terms of that. And then you have the south that is a lot of rainforest, very humid, green. And the let's say from the middle to the north is a bit more arid, a bit more yellowy in terms of not many big trees, not many rainforests. That's like comparison between south, center, north in general. North a bit more desert, south completely rainforest.
So talking about the Nepal, so Nepal is between like two big countries, India and China.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a small country. So the total area of Nepal is around like 0.15 million square kilometers. So it's 147,516 square kilometers, something like that. So it's a small country.
Small, yeah.
But like we have mountains, hills, and tarai, like plain land as well. So as you know, like we have 8 mountains higher than 8,000 meters. So 8th highest mountain in the world. So even them like Mount Everest is the highest one. So altitude around 8,848.84 meter from the sea level. So it's very high.
Are you reading all that, or do you know that by memory?
No, I know like so we need to learn like in the school, because the total area of Nepal is a general thing. So
we don't learn that.
Yeah. In school level, like this is general.
They don't make us memorize that in Mexico.
yeah, but like there is something like that we need to learn about Nepal, like how many districts are there, what is the total area, so what is the highest like mountain in the world, like Mount Everest, what is the altitude of Mount Everest. So we need to learn those things. So we have 8 mountains. We have like the Nepal is divided into 3 geographical regions. So we call Tarai region, hilly region, and mountain region. Tarai region is a lowland, so it's from 60 meter to 600 meter in altitude from the sea level, and hilly region like 6,000 to 4,000 meter, and the Himalayan region we call like more than 4,000 meter to 8,848. So we have all types of climate, like tropical, subtropical. We have alpine. We have Arctic climate as well, because in the Himalayas, like the temperature will be always below like freezing, like below 0 degrees Celsius. So, but like in Tarai, in plain land, so we have tropical, subtropical climate. So hot in summer and not too cold in winter, but like around 7 degrees Celsius in winter. In hilly region, the temperature is very good. So not too hot in summer, not too cold in winter as well. Around highest will be around 30 in summer. 31 something, and the lowest will be around 20, something like that. But in winter season, the lowest can go up to like 3 degrees Celsius, but not below the 0.
Yeah,
it's very good in hilly region. So lots of people in Nepal, they live in Tarai region, because we got fertile land in Tarai region, so people do agriculture there. So overall, like Nepal divided into 3 regions, so we have lots of mountains. That's the different thing than the Mexico.
Yeah.
So Mexico also like got like mountains. I checked in Google before. So Mexico got one mountains higher than 5,000 meter.
Yeah. I don't know which one, but I trust you. But I don't recall. But yeah, I mean, once you mentioned that, we do have 2 mountain chains that are like in the middle. It's called Sierra Madre. That's like a mother mountain, sort of like, that's called like that. And there's one's called Oriental, Occidental, so east west, and that's like also combined with some volcanoes. We have quite a few volcanoes.
Yep.
There's active volcanoes.
Less
than, I don't know, 1 hour, less than 2 hours driving from Mexico City. We have an active volcano. Even when there's like a small explosions, like ashes can get to the city. So it's interesting, the geography in that matter. We have all that. We have some other volcanoes, inactive volcanoes that are all scattered around that area of that mountain chain.
So Mexico is border with the USA.
Yes.
And other countries.
Belize and Guatemala.
Okay.
I'm a big running in geography, to be honest, but I'm sure Belize. Yeah.
Very good. So that's very good. Like I learned something about Mexico, like lots of things. Like you said to me. Thank you so much for that.
Yep.
So let's move to another segment. So let's talk about the people, culture, festival, and food of Mexico. So how many like ethnic groups are there in Mexico?
The right amount, I don't know, but we do have a lot of indigenous communities, predominantly in the center, south, and the peninsula.
Yep.
So the famous Mayans, for example, in that part of the east, close to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yep.
And the south, we have a lot of that heritage, a lot of ethnies, different ones, but the right amount, I don't know. Something I can recall is there's a language that is known. It is called Nahuatl, and that is like a dialect that people might speak around still.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a lot of other ethnic groups that are scattered around the west, east. Not as many in the north, because even during the pre-Hispanic era, so before the Spanish colony, we used to be a colony from Spain.
Oh, okay.
That's how, after all the Aztecs and all that common knowledge of what is Mexico, Spain conquered Mexico for 300 years. So that's part of like why we speak Spanish as well, and all these dialects and all these small ethnic groups, they just, I wouldn't say disappear, but they change through the time. So it's yeah, maybe some of them are wrong, but not many.
So what is the main religion in Mexico? So
I would say Catholic.
Okay, Catholic.
But obviously, now might change from people going to different beliefs. But I would say Catholic. Yeah.
So and what is the like main festival in Mexico? So Christmas.
Oh, I think to me, I would say Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, which we celebrate the like literally the dead.
Yep.
And that celebration comes from even before the Spanish. So it's a very important one. I feel like it's the most important one, even over Independence Day, over any other one, because it's the only part where, in the common belief, the people that's already passed away, your beloved ones, are allowed to cross back from the death, the world of the dead,
Yep.
to spend time with you again. And people put some altars and food that they used to like. And I mean, just talking about traditions, I think the first time I saw your videos when you were in Nepal, and you used a lot of this yellow flower.
Yes. Yes.
So we used that flower as well, and it was interesting. I don't recall. There's a specific name in Mexico. We know it as cempasúchil, but there's a specific name of that in English. I keep forgetting the name of that of the flower. But it's interesting because I see that flower with a connotation of joy and a celebration in many different countries.
Yes.
So I saw that in Nepal. I know India use it a lot, but I've seen Chinese using it a lot, and it's something that it was like, okay, these cultures, because that comes from even before the Spanish. It's like, oh, that cultures, even though they were not connected as now, they knew something about that color, about that meaning. I don't know, like.
So that flower we call soypatri fool.
Do you know the name in English? Because
I don't know the name.
They sell it even
Marigold.
here. Oh, what again? Marigold. Marigold.
Yes.
Yes. They sell it here at Bunnings. So.
Yeah.
Bunnings is in Australia. Sorry.
So and what is the like main dish of Mexico, like so main food or main dish?
I would say everything is, there's a lot of things corn based, right?
Okay.
But once again, because it's a very long country, in the north they are more based in wheat, whereas the south is a bit more based corn. So it's hard to say there's no specific dish that could represent all Mexico.
Yep.
But I studied culinary arts as my bachelor, and we used to have this information saying Mexico is divided between the north, that is mostly grilled, the south, that is mostly slow cooked, a bit more sauce, etc. The coasts, that it has a lot of the seafood, and the center, that is like a combination of both. But emblematic dishes could be something called mole. Mole is very similar to what a curry would be, which is another similarity that I keep finding all the time here in Australia with all the cultural diversity. It's like, oh my God, we have a lot of things that actually is so similar in terms of food, in terms of family structure, in terms of celebrations as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, mole I would say is one of that. I would say it has a match with a lot of other countries in the world.
Mole.
Yeah, it's a sauce. It's a combination of a lot of spices, and yeah, even chocolate. You put chocolate in mole. It's a salty flavor. Well, not salty. It's a savory food. It's not sweet, but you add chocolate to that one. So
Very good.
yeah.
So like talking about the Nepal, Nepal, like we have around 126 ethnic group in Nepal, as far as counted,
Wow.
and more than 123 language in Nepal. So Nepal is a culturally diverse country, and most of the people in Nepal, like they follow Hinduism, and also people follow Buddhism, and very few people follow Islam or Christianity or that kind of religion. But like mainly people follow Hinduism and Buddhism. As you know, like Gautam Buddha was born in Nepal in Lumbini.
Mm-hmm.
So most of people follow Hinduism and Buddhism there. So talking about the festival, the main festival of Nepal is Dasai and Tihar we call. So Dasai is the longest festival of Nepal. It is the celebration of victory of good over evil.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the longest festival in Nepal as well. It's a 15 days festival. So
Wow.
the first day is important, but after that, like people start celebrating from the 7th day until the 15th day. So and the 10th day is another most important like day of that festival. So Dasai, main tradition of Dasai is family reunion and the sacrificing the animal like goat. So goat meat is very famous in Nepal. So during Dasai
Mm-hmm.
or during like holy year, so goat meat is very famous in Nepal. And another main festival is Tihar. So I post like videos or photos before. So that is from the Tihar festival.
Mm-hmm.
So Tihar festival is our next important festival. It is called the Festival of Lights. It's a 5 days festivals. People honor the different animal like cow, dog, and even the birds. And the main day is called Bhaitika. So it's mainly about the brotherhood and sisterhood. And like brother and sister, they put tika on their forehead and they share the gift with each other. So that is the another main festivals. And they put like we call is mala. So you saw that photos
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
soypatri full is marigold.
Yeah.
So that's given by my sisters. So I have 3 sisters. So main festival of Nepal is Dasai and Tihar. And the main dish of talking about the main dish of Nepal. So main dish of Nepal is we call dal bhat tarkari. So it's mainly like steamed rice
Mm-hmm.
and is a bhat we call. So it's steamed rice. So dal is called lentil
Yeah,
soup.
yeah.
Tarkari is any vegetables curry. So we put the curry powder. We have lots of spices and with meat, little bit of meat, or with little bit of salad like cucumber, carrot.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the main dish of Nepal. It's called dal bhat
Do you have
tarkari.
any like like in India any sacred animal that you will never eat?
Yeah, we don't eat cow.
You eat cow. So it's similar to the
Yeah.
Hindu culture. Yeah.
Similar to Hindu culture, but like in Nepal, cow is our national animal.
Mhm.
So and I already told you in Tihar festival, we do puja for cow. So cow we like we say we do puja for cow like it is our god. We say
Mm.
it is our god.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
we
Yeah.
don't kill any god or something like. We don't eat meat.
Yep.
But so that I haven't like tried any beef till now, so I will not eat as well. So that is our like kind of you see the restriction or something like that. But I don't like to eat like so that's my love
Yeah.
towards the cow. So that is the main thing. Like
But
so
you
it's,
did-
in
you-
India also people doesn't eat cow.
Do you eat pork without any issue?
Yeah, pork,
goats,
chicken,
obviously, chicken,
lamb. I lamb him.
Yeah.
So anything but not cow.
not cow. Yeah, that's good. I think in Mexico the main one for a lot of people would be beef in general. Chicken, obviously, well consumed. Turkey, there's a lot of turkey.
Turkey, yeah.
Actually, mole is a festive dish as well, and you will have it with turkey in
Okay.
the regional areas. But I guess in Mexico we don't have like a sacred part of that one. People will eat a lot of different. We have a lot of goat as well. So yeah.
So that's interesting. So let's move to the another segment. So it's called the interactive segment. So do you have any question with me? Like do you make any question for me? Like
Oh.
Any general question, anything? But
I
you
think,
should have right answer as well. So if I answer wrong, so you can give me any challenge so that I can do.
I guess something that I was wondering before coming to the podcast was thinking on in Nepal, who you think is the boss at home, mom or dad?
In Nepal,
Yeah.
it depends upon the family, but in my family, so you're talking about my family or overall in Nepal? So generally in
Speaking.
Nepal is dad.
Yeah.
Dad is the boss of the family.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
So what about in Mexico?
I would say it's a very male-based society, but usually the one that has the last word is mom. But it's also very male-driven society. So yeah.
All right. So I have a question for you. So what is the highest mountain of Mexico? Tell me what is the name of highest mountain of Mexico? I have the answer as well, but if you answer wrong, I will give you some challenge you need to do.
I should have studied for this. I think there is one called Pico de Orizaba, which used to be a volcano. I don't know if I'm right.
Absolutely, you are right.
I'm right.
The highest mountain of Mexico. The height is, I think, 5,636 meters from sea level.
Yeah,
that's the highest mountain. That's the right answer.
Yeah, it used to be a volcano. People can just go to the top of that one.
So, do you have any question for me next?
Yeah. So, in this part of the Himalayas,
yep,
is the what's besides of the Everest? What is the most important or second tallest mountain there?
So, like Mount Everest is the highest mountain in the world. So,
yeah.
And we have another 8 mountains whose altitude is more than 8,000 meters from the sea level. The second highest mountain in the world is K2. It's in Pakistan. First in Mount Everest in Nepal. Second highest is K2 is in Pakistan. And after that, all the remaining like 7 or 8 mountains that lies in Nepal. And the second highest in Nepal is, I think, it's a Kanchenjunga. Is that right?
The people, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah,
is that right answer?
No. I researched a little bit, and yeah, I remember that name. I didn't know how to pronounce it though, but I know how it starts.
Might be Kanchenjunga, but I know Kanchenjunga is higher than 8,000 meters. And we have Lhotse, we have Makalu. So we have lost like 7 or 8 mountains higher than 8,000 meters.
Yeah.
So might be second is the Kanchenjunga, but I need to check exact height. I only know the height of Mount Everest.
I remember the ranking a little bit. I didn't know how to pronounce it, but that sounds right.
All right. So next question for you. So what is the longest river of Mexico?
The longest river.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that one. I would be between the Balsas, or if not, Bravo, which is the one at the border with the United States.
I don't think so. That's the right answer. The longest river of Mexico is Rio Grande.
Oh, well.
Is that one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
like
I think
Rio
Grande is also a tributary of that one in with the border with.
I don't know. Like I found in Google, but I don't know.
No, but Rio Grande. Yeah, look. Actually, Rio Grande is another name for Rio Bravo, which is the river that literally starts in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yep.
And just literally is the border with United States until some point that then starts a wall. But yeah, Rio Grande or Rio Bravo. So I was right. I said Rio Bravo.
So next question. Do you have any question?
I don't think I prepared another one, so I'm ready for you to fire some other one.
Yes. So you want another question?
Yes.
You don't have a question for me, so okay.
All right. Let me think. Actually, just
you can
one.
make any question like this.
Do you think when you're here in Australia?
Yep.
Do you think the Nepalese culture and culturally speaking, is understood in the world in terms of what are your principles, beliefs, Or do you think because this is a small country,
Yep.
there's not much that people knows about Nepal?
Yep. So the question is like, do you think like
Yeah.
in the countries in the other world?
Do you think if you go to Mexico, do you think people knows about Nepal?
Oh, so it's like I don't know actually because Nepal is a very small country, but like Mount Everest, Gautam Buddha, so that is our national like identity or something like that. So because Gautam Buddha was born in Nepal and Mount Everest is the highest peak in the world. Also, we have some the highest lake in the world or something like that. But I don't think so. Like people know about the Nepal's culture or something in other world.
Yeah, I think what we heard in, I don't know if this is something Nepal, Kathmandu. No,
Kathmandu is the capital city of Nepal.
Yeah.
Kathmandu is the capital city of Nepal. So we have 77 districts. Kathmandu is also the one of the district as well, and it is the capital city of Nepal. And after that, we have main city called Pokhara. It's a tourist city. It's very beautiful city. And we have Biratnagar. We have Butwal. So these are the big cities in Nepal. Nepalganj, Lalitpur, and we call Bhaktapur. They're close to the Kathmandu.
Yeah.
So I was born in Lalitpur. So I forgot to ask you, like, where did you burn like, in Mexico?
Mexico City. Yeah.
You born in Mexico City.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mexico City is all, like at that time that was already developed. It's the city. It's the capital of.
Yeah,
Mexico.
it's the capital. Is the capital of Mexico. We have three main cities. It's Mexico City. There's another one called Guadalajara, which is where tequila comes from, actually.
Yep.
And we have another one in the north called Monterrey. So they're the biggest cities, but we do have 32 different states.
32, yeah.
32. So
I looked in Google before. There was 31 states and one main like Mexico City.
It used to be 31 states and one, let's say, like
federal
a federal district.
Yep.
But that changed maybe more than 10 years ago to be another state.
So 32.
Yeah. The only difference is the leader of the government in Mexico City used to be decided by the president. Now is decided through an election. That's why it became a state. So it has its own law.
I was planning to make this question, but like how many states are there in Mexico? But
I would have gone with that one easily.
You've got a very good knowledge about that.
That's the kind of things they make you learn at school.
Yeah. So next, if I have one question for you, what is the national game of Mexico?
Oh, I would say soccer. People is crazy about soccer there. Or national game? You mean like
national game like
sport or
sport? Yeah.
Yeah, soccer. I think people is crazy about soccer there.
No.
What does Google say?
Google says like it's different. Like it's called like a type of horse racing, but it's very hard to pronounce. It's charreria.
Oh, okay. That's very fun. Google could be a little bit deceiving. Charreria. So charro is a person that used to be in the regional areas, dressed like the typical sort of like a big hat and some other vest, etc. But I believe charros here are extremely more like in the center south maybe, or even just center, and they have the horse and everything. I don't get why Google or even in Mexico they say that's the national sport. Like in Mexico City, from 1,000 people that I might tell you now, none of them practice that sport.
Yeah.
Because you have to have a horse. You are coming from a regional area. So I don't think that's a national sport, like, to be honest. You will see more people practicing soccer than charreria.
Yeah, I think that's from the like last like some before like long time ago, like they made a national game and they didn't change. I think
it's never been the national sport.
Same like that before in Nepal. Like we have one game called Dundee View, but nobody play that game. But now they changed the national game and volleyball is the national game.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I told my dad he loves volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
I thought you're born in the wrong country.
Yeah. Very famous in Nepal. Yeah. So Maurice is also my like volleyball friend. We play together from Amigos. So maybe the Dan will come here like for next podcast.
He should. He might be more prepared than me.
he's the one like who organized Amigos team.
Yeah.
He's very good as well. So okay. And so you answer wrong that one. So
I did not. Google
challenge.
Was wrong.
I don't know. It's the Google. Not me.
It's like if I will no, I was.
So I will give you one challenge. So the challenge is, can you please sing one song in Mexican language? I will not understand, but I will listen.
Let
I will
me pick
feel
song.
the.
Let me pick a song. Which song would I pick? Okay. My voice might not be amazing, but I'm gonna try to remember the lyrics. Which one would I? My sister is here for people not watching, so she will advise which song should I sing.
Yeah, you can ask with your sister.
I don't know. Oh, I was not ready for this one.
Any, whatever.
I think
Because
there's one song actually that is called Mexico Lindo y Querido, that is loved and beautiful Mexico. So it sounds like que me entierren en la sierra al pie de los magueyales que son como talismanes de mi tierra mexicana. That's
very good, very good. I don't understand the meaning, but it's very good.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks, Santosh. People in Mexico might disagree.
One I watched one Money Heist or something series
Money Heist,
before.
yeah.
So there was one song, Money Heist, or I don't know.
Oh, the Bella Ciao. Yeah, but that's Money Heist is Spain, and Bella Ciao, I think it's like an Italian song or something.
Or is that not the Mexican?
No. That's what I told you at the beginning. Italian, Spanish, they sound similar to Spanish. So Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. Yeah.
I can hear there is some similarity or something like that.
Definitely.
So thank you so much. That was very good, song, and you got a very good voice as well.
Oh, thank you, Santosh. I bet a lot of people when they watch this video will tell you, "Oh, that guy don't know anything about life," but it's okay. Thank you. I'll take the compliment.
All right, so it was very good. We are at the end of the podcast. So, how you feel like? How was your experience in this podcast?
Oh, very good. It's good to also learn about different cultures. I bet we can spend 3 hours talking about different things, but obviously, I don't think people will watch 3 hours in YouTube. I was not extremely prepared for the questions because mainly I don't know how to pronounce a lot of the things in Nepal, but I'm always so interested in the food similarities, parties, how the conception about life, about religion, about family, and I think there's a lot of similar things. Even, and I would say as a last note, if you go to Mexico and you don't speak, people might think you're Mexican because even I would say how we look is quite similar. The skin color and some of the facial expression, factions, etc. I think that's sometimes very similar, which is not a bad thing, but also proves how world migration, influence from different cultures in the past just make that mix that makes the world so interesting.
All right, so it was very good. Thank you so much for coming here. So it was very good to talking with you. So
thanks for the
invite. I learned lots of things, Mexican things, food, culture, and the geography as well. And it was very good to talk with you. Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. And thank you.
No, thank you too, Santosh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So this is the end of our video. So we'll conclude here. So thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you, Santosh.
I'll see you next time, okay?
See you next time, yeah.